Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jordan and today is Wine Wednesday. Now I'm a little nervous for Wine Wednesday because I let my husband pick out the wine for me this week.
Ha-ha, you fool! You fell victim to one of the classic blunders!
And I told him to pick me out a red. This is not a red. He got this at Costco. This is called Conundrum. A conundrum. So I guess it's a conundrum if I have to drink it, but I don't like it. Am I using the definition right? It's 2019, it's California, it's a white blend. I've never had a white blend before, and I'm not quite sure what it's a blend of. I'll take some guesses when I taste it, but hopefully it's not a blend of all the wines that I don't like. I'm not usually a white wine drinker. That's not my typical go-to. My go-to was red and dry, so we'll see how this one tastes. I'm not so sure about the smell. I don't want to say what it kind of what the smell reminds me of. It kind of vaguely smells like cat pee. But you know, things don't always taste how they smell, so. It's not my favorite. How do I explain this? I taste. It's definitely got some Chardonnay in it, which I like Chardonnay. I like Chardonnay okay on its own. It definitely has an aftertaste of like a muscat, because I taste the sweetness in it. It's got a really strong sweetness to it aftertaste for me. It's got a lot of fruit notes in it. It's fruit heavy. I can taste like I think peaches or pears. I definitely taste pears. It's got pears in it. So I don't mind how it goes down okay smooth. I don't mind the taste. It tastes dry when it's in your mouth, but then when you swallow it, you get that sweet taste, and it's a little too sweet for my liking. I don't typically like sweet wines. Just not really. I mean, unless it's like I'm pairing it with like a dessert or something. I mean, I do like a port every now and then, but then again, that's a red wine. But I don't typically go for sweet wines unless it's like a certain occasion and if it's a certain wine. But I don't think that I would pick this one out again for myself. Would I recommend it? It's hard for me to say if I could recommend this to somebody or not, just because I do like white wine. But usually when I drink white wine, I like Pinot Grigio and I like Sauvignon Blanc. It does have a Sauvignon Blanc taste to it, so I think that there probably is some Sauvignon Blanc in it. It doesn't say what it's a mixture of on the label, but it has, like, when it first hits your palate, it's got that bitter Sauvignon Blanc kind of taste, and then like it kind of goes down and you taste like the muscat. Because you can feel the sweetness and you can definitely taste the Chardonnay in it. So I feel like those are in the mixture of this wine. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what my opinion is. And if you like, I guess it's not too sweet, it's not too dry, I guess. So I guess if you're like in the middle on the fence and you're looking for an inexpensive wine and you're at Costco, then you might like it. Personally, I don't prefer it. So last week I went to the movies for the first time in, geez, when was the last time I went to the movies? I don't even remember. I don't even remember what movie I saw the last time. But New Mutants finally came out into the theaters after being in production or being made for what, like 5 years or something? I mean, I remember seeing a preview for it like 3 years ago and like really being interested to watch it because, hey, it's X-Men and I like Marvel and I like the Marvel universe, and it looked interesting. I wanted to see what kind of direction they were going with this movie, and then you never really heard anything about it. And then it finally came out into theaters, the first movie back in the theaters. So we bought tickets to go see it, and it was really safe where we went. The movie theater, they did a really good job at making sure that they were keeping safe. You have to wear your mask unless you're eating, and the employees all have to wear their mask and they have to go through health screening. It seemed like they were pretty on top of their cleanliness. So I felt pretty good about being there. And I just felt really good about being in a movie theater, like in general, because we used to go to the movies like almost once a week, and I just kind of missed going to the movies and having that experience. You know, it's fun to watch a movie at home, but like just having that theater experience, and especially we usually go to the dine-in theaters where, you know, you sit back and they wait on you and you get your food and you get your popcorn. And I mean, we eat Smart Pop at home, but man, movie theater popcorn, you can't beat movie theater popcorn. So it was a nice little treat. As for the movie, I personally enjoyed it. I know that it has some mixed reviews online. Some people, I know on Rotten Tomatoes it's not doing too well, but personally, and maybe it's just, you know, all the hype of just being in a movie theater, but personally I actually pretty much enjoyed it, and maybe it's because I was waiting for this movie for like 3-5 years or whatever, but I enjoyed the horror aspect of it. I mean, it wasn't like as, you know, suspenseful as it could have been, maybe. I wasn't like an intense fear for any of the characters a lot of the time, but I mean, I did like the kind of feel of the movie and the feel of the kind of like the horror aspect of it. I mean, there were some kind of cliches, of course. You know, it's 5 high schoolers, and there's the shy one, there's the teenage guy who, you know, he's looking at the girl. There's the girl who's like, you know, she's the kind of like, I guess, the queen bee of the group, or the sexy one of the group, kind of. I mean, they're all outcasts because they're all mutants. But, I mean, it did have that kind of like, you know, it's just 5 teenagers. I liked Anya Joy Taylor. Is that how you say her name? That's her name. I liked her character. I mean, her character was kind of unlikable, but I felt like she played the character pretty well. Her and Maisie Williams, I think they're pretty good actresses, and I think that they played their roles really well. As far as the story, I thought the story was engaging. I mean, I was interested to see where it was going. I liked, you know, like wondering, you know, Jordana Brewster, Dr. whatever her name is, what the story was behind that, and just kind of like wondering like what was behind this whole these tests and this therapy, and if there was something more going on. Of course there is, because you know that in a movie like this there's something deeper going on. And I liked watching the special effects. I thought were really cool. So And as a warning, I am giving away a little bit of a spoiler, so if you haven't seen the movies and you don't want to be spoiled, then turn the video off. But what is her name? Oh, Magic. So I liked her powers. I think that I would probably choose to have her powers if I chose to be an X-Men, because it seemed really cool. I mean, like, she can teleport, she's got that sword and the glowy eyes, and I mean, I know she has to go through limbo whenever she teleports, but man, it was just so cool, like, seeing her with that sword and the, like, just being able to just kick some butt, and it just, she seemed pretty cool, like, what she could do. The Cannonball, is that his name? Yeah, that's pretty cool too. I don't necessarily think I would choose to have that kind of power, or the flaming guy that gets really hot. But the main character, when they revealed her power, I thought that was pretty cool. To be able to, like, use your enemy's greatest fears against them, and like manifest these nightmares and make them like think that they're having these nightmares and face their greatest fears, that's a pretty cool defense mechanism. Plus, she's got that big fear bear, and to be able to, once she learned how to control it, to be able to control this big old demon fear bear, that's pretty rad, in my opinion. I mean, I liked how the bear looked in the movie. I thought it was really cool. I've always been a fan of X-Men. I remember playing it on the playground when I was a kid, and I know when I was a kid, I always thought I wanted to be Storm. Because Storm, like, I always thought it would be really cool to be able to, like, control lightning and people shoot lightning and make it rain, make it, like, just control the elements, but especially lightning. For some reason, like, growing up, I always wanted to be able to, like, just control lightning. I thought that was the coolest thing.
No.
Now that I think about it, I think that the reason that I thought that that would be a cool power and why I wanted that to be my power was because lightning is one of my biggest fears. Or was one of my biggest fears, so having the ability to control it, just, I wouldn't need to fear it anymore. I could use it, and I could just, I mean, how cool would it be? Zap, 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 zap. I always thought that would be cool. But thinking about it over the years, just, if I was an X-Men, which one would I really want to be? Or what kind of X-Men would I want to be, I think? Phoenix? Of course. I mean, the Dark Phoenix is just super powerful, and she can do a lot. And I mean, who wouldn't want that kind of power if she can control it? I know she kind of goes a little crazy, but I mean, that's pretty cool. But then there's some, I know as far as being a mutant, you don't really get to choose your powers, right? I mean, or your abilities. So like, you might get stuck with like something like Toad, like, who wants to be Toad? I mean, maybe you want to be Toad, but personally, I wouldn't want to be stuck with having just like the Toad power, just being able to just that, or something really lame. Like, I can't even think of them right now, because I'm not familiar with all of the X-Men. I'm familiar with like most of the popular ones. Mystique was always cool just because she can, you know, take on the appearance of anybody, and that can come in handy. Or that can be, I don't know, that can be really deceitful. You know, this wine, as you drink it a little bit more, it starts to grow on you a little bit. So maybe it's going a little bit more up there. Yeah, still not my favorite. Maybe I spoke too soon. But I'll still drink it. It's Conundrum. What other X-Men am I forgetting? Wolverine is awesome, but that's because he's Wolverine, man. I never really wanted to be Rogue, just because it seems like I know like she can. I know later on she learns how to control her abilities a little bit more, and her powers can be really cool. But you know, at first it just seems like that's just really lonely. And I understand, like in the movies, like when I saw her in the movies, why she chose the serum to stop her mutancy, her abilities, because she wanted that human contact and she couldn't because anybody she touched would pretty much die, and that kind of sucks. So I never envied Rogue that much, but let's see, I just, so if I had to choose which mutant that I wanted to be most of all, I mean, I guess, I mean, like, how can I say no to like choosing Phoenix? I mean, because she's awesome. I mean, Jean Grey can do like so much, and holy moly, she's just so super powerful. Who wouldn't want to be that powerful? I mean, if you could choose, I mean, yeah, I would choose Jean Grey's powers. So back to the movie. Overall, I did enjoy the movie. I mean, I thought it was kind of fun, and yes, maybe it was because it's the first movie that I've seen in almost forever, but I liked it, and I definitely, without giving anything away, I definitely think that I really liked the two girls' powers, Mirage and Magic. Their powers were pretty awesome, and yeah, they were really cool characters. As far as mutants and abilities, hands down, they had the coolest powers in the movie. So I would give the movie probably, I'm not like the best movie critic at all, or like the best knowledge of, you know, the X-Men universe. So I guess I would give, personally, I, as just a casual moviegoer, I would give the movie maybe, I guess 3.5 out of 5 stars. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't perfect. There was some cliches in there. It could have been a little better. It could have been a little bit more ominous. Could have been a little bit more character development, but or more horror maybe, as far as the characters went. But I mean, it was just a fun movie, and yeah, I mean, it's one of the only movies that you could see in the movie theaters right now. Although we are going to go see Tenet soon, so I'm excited about that. And I am, yeah, it didn't really grow on me. I was hoping that it would grow on me as I started to drink it, but not too much. I don't think that I will be finishing this bottle. No, I don't think that I'll be finishing it. It's just not my favorite. I mean, I guess, I don't know if I would recommend it. I really don't. But if you have any whites that you would like me to try, because I know I typically go for reds, but I do like to change it up here and there a little bit and try some whites, but I do like drier and not too sweet. So if you have any whites that you would recommend that are not on the sweet side, feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you have any reds, any dry reds that you would recommend, leave them in the comments. If you have any, let me know who your favorite X-Men is, or what X-Men you would choose to be if you could choose to be an X-Men in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this, please give it a like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next Wine Wednesday. Cheers!